Hey hotties, how you healing? How you feeling? I'm Zenzi, and this is Hotties Heal. Actually, scratch that. I have not been here in so long, and that just doesn't even feel right. But I'm Zenzi, and this is Hotties Heal. It's been a minute. I haven't sat and done this in what feels like a year, since like October or November, but basically is a year at this point. So much can change in a year, or even 5-6 months, a day, depending on the level of grandioseness. But all that to say, we make plans and the universe laughs, and this has been something that I'm often reminded of. I've always been somewhat of a planner, and I think that planning has made me feel safe. It's made me feel in control, and it's made the uncertainty of life less scary for me. But the truth about life is that a lot of things are not certain about it. And I think that recently I've been reminded that the only thing that I can be certain about, or that anyone can really be certain about, is that we will always have ourselves. And that doesn't go without saying that, like, there won't be people in your life who love and care about you. But ultimately, the only person who can really fully and totally support you is you. And I think that right now I've really been challenged to show up for myself and be there for myself and actually understand what I'm feeling, instead of finding a solution to just not feel what I'm feeling and make myself more comfortable in the discomfort. But another part of life is also just getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. If we stay comfortable our whole lives, then we potentially miss out on something much greater that only happened because we were able to step out of our comfort zones. And all that to say, we can make plans, but we also have to be loose with the fact that life is happening, and it's not happening to us, it's happening for us. So when we're able to loosen the reins and just go with the flow, we allow life to happen for us in an organic and natural way. And that proves to the universe that we trust not only ourselves, but that there's a greater divine plan that can actually be better than we imagined. I oftentimes think these stories that continue to be reiterated and open up these wounds that we try so deeply to suppress are really just showing up to show us and tell us the ways that we stand in our own way. And the message for me that's been coming up is, like, stop trying to hold on so strongly and control every situation to the point of just trying to stay feeling safe because you don't want to feel uncomfortable and lonely and uncertain, and just feel what you have to feel about the situation and trust that whatever is meant to happen will happen. oftentimes when we hold on and attempt to avoid, it really only leads to the same outcome, which then reiterates this idea of this limiting belief that we hold for ourselves. I was actually watching this show on Netflix. It's a reality TV dating show called Sneaky Links, but all that to say, it's like, I really like watching reality shows because it's interesting to psychoanalyze people. And I'm not saying that in a crazy way, but you know, they're all talking about their past and like the problems that they have, and you're just seeing it all manifest in real time. And is partially that being cooked up by the showrunners or whatever? Maybe. But when you share those parts of yourselves, then you're put in situations to challenge yourself and your old habits and your beliefs. And I literally had to pause the show to film this, and it brought me out of my hiatus because I realized that that's what's happening for me. And not necessarily that I have a sneaky link, just that I don't have a sneaky link. But that life often presents the same narrative, the problem, the habit that we have, to see what we'll do about it. And if we can choose differently. I guess I'll wrap it up by saying that life is a series of choices. The butterfly effect, Murphy's Law. And every action has a reaction. Choosing yourself isn't always easy. It's a lot easier to do what feels comfortable and what's worked and hit the same dead end, even though that sounds a little more uncomfortable in the end. To stay stuck repeating a story or a narrative that just no longer serves you. Growth involves change, and it's okay to let go of the things that don't serve you anymore. And this doesn't necessarily mean people. It can mean people, places, things, habits. Even if things sometimes bring us pain, whether it's self-inflicted or done by others, it's easier to endure and stay because it's what we know, as opposed to embracing the unknown. A serious life hack that I'm envious that people have is their ability to just embrace what's not known and let go and really be present and enjoy life. And I'm attempting to do that now and loosen the reins. Take time to step back and reflect and just see what happens. Don't act out of desperation, because that shows a lack of trust and that I'm operating from a place of fear. And instead just be, do, feel, and show myself the kindness that I deserve in the process. Because I'm just human. We're all just human. And we're just doing our best. And that's all we can do. With all that being said, I've said that so many times, and during this video, I think that might be my new phrase that I'm caught on right now. But there was a lot that was said. I think the best thing that you can do is just show up for yourself in whatever way that means for you. And be gentle. We all deserve gentleness and compassion and kindness, especially from ourselves. I'm going to try to show up more for myself, and maybe that means sitting here and doing this again. I always feel good when I do this, and I forgot what it felt like. It's almost like my online public diary that I can just hope that anyone who finds it can resonate with my words or feel comforted by what I'm saying. We're not alone in this experience, and truly nothing feels better than connecting with yourself. Connecting with others is great and beautiful and necessary. But the most important relationship that we will ever have is with our own being. And on that note, see you next time. Bye.